Could you play that song for me? It's my favorite song.
You're listening to the Spirit Podcast.
Welcome back, listeners, to the Spirit Podcast, where the veil is thin and the tea is thick. I'm Beck, your host, and joining me, as always, is the radiant, ever-intuitive Rachel. Hey, Rach.
Hello.
Today, we're going deep into one of our juiciest themes yet, the ever-shifting, often whispered about realm of celebrity soul swaps, walk-ins, and doubles.
Ooh.
This episode is titled, Who's Behind the Face? The Shifting Shells of Celebrities' Souls. And I promise you, it's not just another Hollywood gossip hour. We're peeling back the glam to explore the strange, spiritual, and downright eerie theories about whether some celebrities are really themselves anymore. Rach, I have to ask you first, have you ever looked at a celebrity and thought, that is not the same person I used to watch or hear?
That happens on a regular basis these days, Beck.
It does. Especially since we do the Beyond Files. We're constantly pulling people up going, what in the hell is going on?
Yeah, there are people, their TikToks are just specifically dedicated to, every time they open up, they're like, they got them.
They got them.
Yep.
Let's kick things off with walk-ins. The concept comes from spiritual circles and metaphysical literature. Essentially, a soul agreement is made where the original soul of a person exits and a new one steps in. It's usually said to happen during trauma, illness, or at a moment of deep despair. As the theory goes, this has happened with more than a few celebrities. One name that always comes up, Eminem. Fans swear his vibe changed drastically after 2006. His lyrics, his eyes, even the way he carries himself now. It's like someone else is at the wheel.
Yeah, he is a bit different, and I feel like listening to his new album, he kind of leans more towards a certain agenda. He used to say a lot of messed up stuff in his raps, but it was really for the shock factor. And now I feel like there's someone pulling the strings.
I think so. I noticed his eyes, weren't they blue or they were brown and then they went blue? I swear I noticed differences in his eyes.
There's definitely differences in his look and his vibe.
Do you think some of these drastic personality changes actually could be walk-ins?
Yeah, and I think sometimes the walk-in too is during their performance. Their quote-unquote alter ego comes in.
Well, let's not forget about Katy Perry.
Oh, God.
Remember her Christian pop phase?
That was her beginning, right?
Yeah. Then boom, Illuminati eye, dark alter egos, and then constant references to selling her soul. Walk-in, ritual possession, or just one hell of a PR shift.
She probably sold her soul. Now she's a part of this, like, allegedly she went to space.
Oh, boy.
And now she's got this joke of a tour that everyone's ripping her for.
Didn't she take off out of the country because of all this, too?
Oh, probably they all do. They all just, vanish when they're not getting their way. And when they're so out of touch with people, they don't understand that they don't just fart and everybody worships them anymore.
Well, there's also the lesser-known but fascinating story of Jim Carrey, whose increasingly metaphysical public statements left fans wondering, did he have an awakening or did something else take over entirely? Some suggest his comedic persona died with his fame, and what replaced him is a soul entirely different in frequency.
Well, you see that interview he had on that late night talk show where he was actually exposing
The Illuminati?
Yeah, like he did the triangle and he was sticking his tongue out in the triangle and he's like, you know what I'm talking about. And they're like, what? And
Some people think that's an industry plant, though, when they do that.
Sometimes I think they do push the symbolism just to get a reaction out of people because they know that it's something that is discussed now.
I think that could be true. Yeah.
I think it used to be very subtle until we all woke up and were like, hey, this is what this is. So then they kind of take that and push it more for reaction.
Now, here's where it gets weirder. Soul overlays. This is the idea that the original soul remains but becomes suppressed, while another consciousness is layered over it. Think of it like spiritual gentrification. Some suspect Beyonce's Sasha Fierce persona was more than just branding.
Mm-hmm.
What if it was an actual spiritual overlay? A walk in light. She said herself,
I have someone else that takes over when it's time for me to work, and when I'm on stage, I'm not myself.
Yeah, that's kind of who I was thinking about when I said they get taken over. And there are videos where you can see the moment. It looks like her face changes and her whole body shifts when that entity enters her.
she looks scary, actually.
And her whole Lemonade album is so bizarre. And there's that whole part of her talking about what she does with pages of the Bible. And she doesn't eat for so many days. And she does this and that. And you're like, what are you talking about?
I saw a clip once where she was changing form almost right in front of Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And he looked spooked. Even he was taken off guard, and I think he's just as much of a part of it, if not the damn head of it.
Yeah, and he was kind of like, are you okay? 'Cause
Right.
She was just somewhere else.
Does this explain the ultra-polished performances, the eyes that sometimes seem vacant, the robotic grace? Do you think celebrities are aware when this is happening, or could they be partially conscious while sharing a vessel?
Well, it's interesting because you think of celebrities when they first start and they're hungry and maybe they did make a deal and they do share their body with somebody else because they're fire. They have this vibrant energy about them and they're perfect. And then once the fame keeps going and maybe they don't want to do that anymore or put their body through it, all of a sudden things seem sloppy, they seem lazy, their lyrics aren't as genius as they used to be. Are they just complacent because they're not hungry for the fame anymore? Or are they not just giving something the power anymore?
Even Miley Cyrus has spoken about shifting personas. From Hannah Montana to Bangers era Miley to country folk reemergence. Are these rebrands, or is she having multiple consciousnesses tied to different energetic roles?
It does feel like whiplash with the personas going on with her.
Yeah. I mean, I thought mental illness for a while, and then I thought maybe ritualistic abuse that she's endured.
Mm-hmm.
We've heard stories about her daddy
Mm-hmm.
and Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, and the ones who start out young, look at Britney Spears.
Oh my gosh, that is the example.
It's very sad.
All right, buckle up. We're going into clone theory.
Mm.
Because what would a Celebrity Soul episode be without it?
Bum, bum, bum.
The internet is flooded with fan comparisons, jawlines that changed overnight, eye spacing that's off, people returning from rehab or quote-unquote car accidents looking eerily different.
Mm-hmm.
Avril Lavigne is the queen of this theory. The story goes, the original Avril died, and her label replaced her with a double name Melissa. Clues were allegedly hidden in song lyrics, album covers, and fan interactions. And then there's Paul McCartney, the OG of They've Been Replaced, rumor mill. The theory, he died in a car crash in the 60s and was replaced by a lookalike. If cloning or replacement were happening, how would we even tell? Is it just energy or the aura?
Avril Lavigne just doesn't seem the same. Her whole vibe and everything. And I was a huge Avril Lavigne fan when she first came out. Something kind of seems off. And I saw an interview with her and they kind of talked about it. And the interview just seemed really weird too.
Yeah, you can feel that energy shifting. And we talked about Britney Spears. Not necessarily cloned, but replaced energetically.
They say she was MK Ultra and stuff, you know? And now that it's coming out and we're in the middle of all the trial right now, ever since she went to that Diddy party the night before she had that bomb performance at the MTV Music Awards, and everyone's like, oh, she's this, she's that. Like, she literally was at a Diddy party and was probably drugged to the nines.
Oh, man.
And terribly abused.
The woman on Instagram now, definitely not the Britney we knew.
No.
Her captions are cryptic, her energy is off, and then there's this deep sense of someone trapped or gone.
Yeah, it almost feels like that like movie Get Out, like somebody else is living in her body, like having a blast.
Yeah.
But even sometimes they catch her and it's almost like there's a filter on the face and they're like, why did that all change? Even her teeth are different.
Yeah, her teeth are different.
Yeah, it's disturbing. I can't even follow her anymore because I feel really uncomfortable watching her because I mean,
do too.
She was like the American dream idol. Who didn't want to be Britney Spears?
Some researchers claim that Hollywood itself is a soul harvesting machine, a stage for ritual, manipulation, and energetic extraction. Big events like the Met Gala, the Super Bowl halftime show, or even sudden celebrity deaths. They might be more than just performance. They might be ritual. People have speculated about Madonna, Doja Cat, Lady Gaga, and Kanye, saying these figures go through literal rebirths in public, symbolic of the new entities entering or old ones exiting. Could fame itself be a Faustian contract, an exchange of sovereignty for influence? Or some of these people willingly stepping aside for something else to take over?
Yeah, they make an agreement. I think there's a limit in the fame world how far you can go. And once you get a taste of it, it's very hard to not want more. So what are you willing to give up?
What do you think you
everything?
have to give up to get to the next level and then the next level?
Well, I think it goes down a road of corruption, blackmail. What forbidden things have you not tasted that you want because you can now?
And look at the weirdness around the Grammys or the VMAs, how they mirror ancient initiation rites.
And they're distractions, too, of other things going on.
Absolutely. Complete with symbolic deaths and rebirths and crowns passed from one performer to the next. Is the spotlight a portal?
I definitely feel like it's something that draws people's attention and they feed off that energy. Thinking about the Grammys, think about that whole Will Smith thing.
Oh, yeah. The slap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone talked about it. Everyone watched that emotions that you're feeding off. And like you said, the Super Bowl, the halftime performance, the energy that people get off of these things, even a concert. One time I saw Beyonce in a concert and she leaned over and she put her hands out and she told everyone to put her hands out towards her. She goes, I want to feel your energy. Like literally was taking the energy of the audience.
One time I was at a Marilyn Manson concert and he told everyone to spit on him.
Ooh. Now, was that for energy or for weirdness?
That was weirdness, I think.
Hey, Spirit Seekers. Enjoying the show? Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to the Spirit. Leave us a review on Apple or Spotify and share the love. We drop a new video every week on our YouTube channel covering paranormal, conspiracy, high strangeness, and more. Have questions or want to share your own spooky story? Drop us a line at tothespiritpod@gmail.com. Stay spirited.
This track is bonkers. Boom! Bonkers. Boom! Bonkers. Cool, cool, cool party. This song makes me really happy. Boom! Cool, cool party. Boom! Cool party. Oh yeah. This song makes me really happy, really, really, really happy.
And speaking of signs the public isn't supposed to notice, there's one symbol that keeps showing up on celebrities, on world leaders, and in far too many close-up shots to ignore. Let's talk about the eye.
Is it Jaguar?
Jaguar, right?
Yeah, she always brings this up. When you share yourself doing that, that's a calling.
Well, I'm talking about the eeriest pattern in elite circles. Something that has haunted conspiracy boards, forums, and secret group chats over a decade. The Black Eye Club.
Oh. Even presidents have had that.
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
they?
It's not a myth. There are countless photos of high-profile figures, celebrities, royals, religious leaders, even presidents, suddenly appearing with a deeply bruised or blackened left eye. And we're not talking about clumsy stumbles or bar fights. These are unexplained, unacknowledged, and strikingly similar.
Mm-hmm.
Pope Francis, George W. Bush, Lady Gaga, Adam Sandler, Kanye West, Beyonce, the Dalai Lama,
The Dalai Lama.
and even Madonna have been spotted with it. Most recently, I think it was Jay Leno.
I'm not surprised by Madonna.
No.
Ugh.
So what is it? Some say it's a mark of initiation, a ritual wound inflicted during high-level occult ceremonies. Others believe it marks the moment a celebrity has fully submitted to the elite system, like signing a soul-level contract. But here's where it can take a darker turn. Some theorists suggest that this eye journey isn't symbolic, it's biological. That there's a literal parasite or synthetic entity, often called the vril, that's linked to reptilian consciousness, and it's inserted into the eye during a violent ritual, allowing for full neural takeover. According to this fringe theory, the black eye is a sign of the body's rejection at first, swelling, bruising, until the entity fully takes control. It's the metaphysical version of the invasion of the body snatchers, but dressed in Gucci. Have you heard the idea that these entities are parasitic, possibly even non-human in origin, Rach?
Well, I didn't realize that's what the Black Eye Club really meant, but it does make me think of the game Baldur's Gate.
Tell us.
Or Baldur's Gate 2. The basis is that these Cthulhu-looking alien creatures capture people and they put a parasite and it goes through your eye into your brain, and slowly you start to transform into one of them. That's symbolism based on something true. But yeah, I mean, I totally could see something taking over bodies because they can't hold their own and they have to be like a parasite type of entity. And that's how they live. Like you think of Venom.
Yeah.
And that's an alien symbiote type that can only live with a host.
I think that's what we're talking about. Well, that's the theory anyway.
Mm-hmm.
If you think of Venom, that's exactly what it would be. And if it's not enough, let's fold into the eye symbolism you spoke about earlier in fashion and media. The one-eye pose, the eye of Horus, the covering of one's eye in photo shoots. It's everywhere. Is it just style, or are they subtly signaling allegiance, or even who's been overtaken?
I never noticed the eye thing and the symbolism until I was really big into listening to Lady Gaga when she first came out. You know, she's doing the 666 thing with her hand. She's covering the eye. She's got the lightning bolt under her eye. And I'm thinking, she's so cool. Look at her little gestures. And I used to do those in poses and stuff. And then you learn about the conspiracy of it all. And now the information's out there and every celebrity does the poses. And you're like, what? It's not just a cute little pose. Like, why would everyone just be covering their eye? It's just strange. Who does that? Do you, when you get your picture taken?
No.
Just cover your eye.
No, even Elon Musk's mother was doing that.
Yeah.
If this theory holds any truth, then these aren't just performers or politicians. They're host vessels. And the black eye, that's the entry wound. You've got the celebrity covering one eye on an album cover. the dramatic photo shoots with a perfectly placed hand, butterfly, or flower obscuring one side of the face. The Eye of Horus necklace, the pyramid with the glowing eye above it. It's not just a trend, it's code. Some researchers believe that the one eye motif is an open declaration of submission, a public pledge of allegiance to hidden control systems. Others say it symbolizes the loss of individuality, or even the activation of the synthetic soul overlay. There's even talk that this symbolic covering of the eye is a nod to the third eye shutdown, not spiritual awakening, but spiritual suppression. The eye remains open, but the soul inside, dormant, replaced, repurposed. Think of artists like Rihanna, Jay-Z, Billie Eilish, Doja Cat, The Weeknd, Beyonce, Katy Perry. The list is endless. Entire performances, music videos, even tour stage setups are saturated with this visual language, like you spoke about with Lady Gaga.
You know what else they all have in common too?
What's that?
So another thing to know that they all have in common, and it's made very apparent on TikTok, it's probably why they want to ban TikTok so bad, is they all have videos, music videos, being covered in the black goo, which also brings us to the Venom thing again. And they get spit on and covered with black goo. And all of, like, Billie Eilish, Justin Timberlake, they've all had that represented in their music videos, and as of pretty recent too, which I feel like is a symbol for something.
I have to agree. What do you think? What's your take? Do you think these symbols are just stylized coincidence, or are they flashing deeper truths in plain sight?
I think that there is definitely something going on. I think there's a little truth behind everything, and there's things that they can flaunt. There's nothing we can really do about it besides you consume it or you reject it. It's just your decision.
I feel like we're seeing more of the celebrity downfall now. People aren't worshiping them as much, or at least more people are waking up to it.
Did you hear about the digitine?
No.
So I think it all started TikTok really at a peak. And Met Gala came, and there was this one influencer, and she dressed up like Marie Antoinette. She said, let them eat cake. And then everyone, I think, especially after 2020, when all the celebrities like, we're all in this together while they're on their yacht, and Lizzo had all that heat behind her. And everyone is just sick and tired of these celebrities who are so out of touch, and they just think they're something great. So somebody came up with the digitine. So you just block every celebrity, because if you block them, it cuts off their funds. Like, don't just unfollow, literally block. So I literally blocked every celebrity except a few that I absolutely love no matter what. But Kardashians and all these people, I'm just like, you're blocked. Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Jennifer Lopez was a big one, too. Everyone just like,
oh, yeah.
And she's like, my hair reminds me when I was 15 years old on the block, and crazy girl.
Jenny on the block.
And everyone's like, what are you talking about? You weren't even
on the block?
Yeah, you weren't even on the block. So I don't know if people are still digitining or not, but it feels good to just block them.
I never had them, but if I did, I'd digitine them too.
Yeah.
And it gets weirder still, because in some esoteric teachings, the left eye is tied to the moon, the subconscious and the hidden self, while the right eye is tied to the sun and conscious awareness. So when someone covers one or both, what are they really hiding or showing?
Your left is your feminine side and your right's your masculine side.
Your left connects to creativity on the right side of your brain, believe it or not. They connect to the opposite hemispheres. What if some of these public figures were never truly inhabited by a soul at all? The NPC theory suggests that certain high visibility individuals are vessels, not possessed, not replaced, just running on programming. This doesn't mean they don't function or inspire, but it raises the question, are all humans human? And if someone in the public eye starts glitching, like that terrifying robotic blink footage from the Oscars or people freezing mid-interview, maybe we're not seeing nerves. Maybe we're seeing programming slip. What's your take on this idea of soulless vessels or people being used like avatars.
We saw that happen with Eminem. He was totally glitched out. Some of these celebrities that just came out of nowhere, like Ice Spice, it's just like, what is she? Who is she? And then she was doing a whole bunch of symbolism, especially at the Super Bowl that one year.
Speaking of the soulless avatars, we've even had TV personalities like Al Roker. He totally froze up and acted all like, what is going on? Almost like there was an MK Ultra thing going on, because when someone said a certain word, it popped them out.
I think they said Jesus.
Yeah, I think so.
Like Jesus or God.
And it popped him out.
Yeah, and he
so weird.
Glitched out.
And let's not overlook the Silicon Valley crossover. Figures like Mark Zuckerberg or Sam Altman, who at times seem like caricatures of humanity. Theories have emerged that tech moguls are seated entities whose mission isn't innovation, but incarnation through interface.
That's an interesting theory. I just think they're aliens, honestly.
They do seem pretty alien to me.
They're not very human acting. They're very odd. So, I don't know. Something about them is not human. I will say that.
So, listeners, who's really behind the face? Maybe some are walk-ins. Maybe some are clones. Maybe some are just tired humans being chewed up by the fame machine. Or maybe, just maybe, we're looking at spiritual phenomena that only now we're able to sense. Whether it's about control, initiation, soul contracts, or something we can't quite name yet, what matters is that we question the script. Before we go, what do you think? Have you seen a celebrity moment or image and felt in your gut, that's not them anymore? Let us know. We're always listening and watching. Stay curious, stay grounded, and as always,
stay strange.
This has been To the Spirit. Until next time, take a closer look. You never know who's behind the eyes.
To the Spirit
Podcast.
Supernatural Science.
I'm ghost.
Psychic. Mystic.
Spirit.
Divine Source.
Heaven. The dead. It's magic.